People. What's going on? Actually, hold up, move this mic. I don't know where to fucking put it, eh? Maybe put it up here again. I feel like that was a good area. Anyway. I don't know. I had a few topics for today, bro. Oh. Don't mind that, that's just the, because it's so cold and wet where I am right now, the water on the fan belt makes it squeak until obviously the water gets away. I promise you. Promise you I'm not broke like that. But anyway. I don't know what to talk about today. I mean, I do, bro. I don't know, man. I'll be honest, man. I'm fucking struggling right now. Like I'm struggling. Your boys in the war. But we're going to the gym. We're going to get Beagle Dodger on. But I know today I want to talk about like the vulnerability of being a man. And I don't know how to describe this, I don't know how to say it, but you know, in today's time there's a lot of this men's mental health, and there's a lot of this men don't get to speak, or men don't get to talk, or you know what I mean, like there's a lot of stigma around men's mental health, and people saying like men should have safe places to talk and safe places to be vulnerable. And I mean, you know, we've all heard this fucking red pill, blue pill bullshit where like if you cry in front of a woman, or you cry in front of your girlfriend, or you show any sort of a chink in your armor, that majority, 9 times out of 10, realistically, a woman's going to use that against you. And I don't know, man, I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's true. I think learning to be a man and becoming a man is learning how to carry your vulnerability correctly with the right people. Like, there's no point going around here crying to all these chicks and like playing that sorry card and getting labelled as like a pushover, you know what I mean? Like a man that's too vulnerable. But then again, I don't think being a stone cold killer per se is the right perception either. Personally, man, this is personally. I feel like if you can find a woman that loves you and wants you and is a true woman, not these fake bitches out there, because we all know it's true. And you know, girls, don't hate me either. If there's girls watching this, there's no need to hate me. Like, there's fake men, point blank. Like, there just is. But you know, there are a lot of women as well. When a man comes to a woman and he cries to that woman and he holds his vulnerability in her hands and heart, they take that for granted, or instead of taking that for granted, they then use that in arguments and in fights, and to tear this man's vulnerability and self-esteem down even more, which in return just breeds more negativity in a man, and then he passes that onto his sons and so on. I feel like it starts at the duty of the man, or at the young man or a boy. But then again, how do you even teach someone that? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm 24 and I'm only just starting to learn these things in life. But I used to be stone cold, man. I used to never show emotion. For fuck's sakes, bro, I never even cried at like my grandmother's funeral. I struggled to cry. I felt numb. I felt like an asshole. But you know, when you find that right girl, or you find that right person, you know, you fly how you want to fly. As a man, I'm talking. You'll know how to control that vulnerability, and you know how to let that person on the inside without, you know, giving them too much pressure, but letting them understand where you're at and where your head's at. And you know what I mean? If that person's developed enough how you're trying to be, you'll definitely figure it out. And it'll definitely be a positive thing. But I don't know. I sit here today and I sit here pondering on my life and thinking, you know, like, what is vulnerability really, and what does it really mean, and how can I control it, and how can I master my own emotions when yet I feel so weak sometimes, and sometimes I feel like I can't even control myself, you know what I mean, when it comes to my emotional side of my being, without just pushing it all away and compressing it down to a point that's just unhealthy and toxic. And you know, I mean, I don't know, man, I haven't really learned a lot per se. I'm just, you know, I just kind of like, I don't know, man, it's struggling, and I apologize for being so stuttery today. Like I said, today was pretty hard, man, and I did go through some of my own shit. And you know, as a man, like, I'm happy to admit that. I'm happy to talk about that. Or not in detail, obviously, but I'm happy to admit that, you know, like, you know, I love people. I have loved, I will always love people. And sometimes it's really hard to be able to juggle that vulnerability and be able to juggle that raw emotion that you can have for that person. Because I feel like as a man's job, we're meant to be there to be able to support and be be a lion and a sheep, you know, or a wolf and a sheep, sorry, and be able to be that big strong man that looks after that woman and gives her what she needs, but then also be that vulnerable king as well, and show them the love that they deserve, and show them the happy side of you. Holy shit! What are we? 1, 2, 3. We got 3 cars at this gym. We're about to have a whole gym to ourselves today. 5 cars, I lied. Fuck. It's packed. I better go home. But anyway, I mean, obviously we're going to talk about this more when I get in the car again. But, like, tell me if this is dicky too, because obviously we're just doing it so the mic stays there. But, you know, I feel like for a man to be able to master his vulnerability, he has to master his emotions first, and he needs to think upon himself why he feels like that, and he has to be grounded with the emotions that he has. And I feel like if a man can't do that, then he can't control himself. He has no way to handle that beast inside. And I know I sound like a preaching shit, but I genuinely think like that. I seriously think if you can't identify your emotional trauma, or even childhood trauma, or relationship trauma, or anything like parental, whatever trauma you carry in yourself, if you're not able to identify that and look it dead in the eye, I feel like you can't master your own vulnerability. And I feel like that could be the man. I feel like that's a man's biggest tool. You know, how many arsenals we have. Like, we might have 6, we might have 5, we might only have 3. But whatever we got in this walk in life, what I have right now at 24, I feel like it's one of the biggest things that I have. Because if I can have my vulnerability around the right people, it can put you in the right place at the right time. And it can put you in the worst place at the right time as well, or the wrong time, sorry. But anyway, I'm rambling. Tonight, we're hitting the gym again. We're doing Hatfield squats, the whole workout. We're doing Hatfield squats, lat pull down, a couple of other things as well. Like I said, it's kind of like a powerlifter's. I think it's powerlifting. I think it is powerlifting, kind of like a whole circumferencing workout to kind of strengthen the whole body. We're gonna smash some cardio as well. We need to tame this mind. We need to calm it down. You know what I mean? We need to really chill out for a bit. So I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna smash this out. We're sitting at 10 o'clock. We're hitting at 10 o'clock at night, baby. But I'm gonna smack this. We'll come back. I'll probably be sweating, dying like yesterday. But we'll talk a bit more about being accountable for our vulnerability. But yeah, wish me luck. Talk to you soon.